Despite fans having mixed feelings about Stronghold Warlords, there are some things Firefly Studios absolutely nails. Love it or hate it, Warlords refines certain gameplay mechanics better than any Stronghold before it. So today I'm breaking down the top 5 features Warlords perfects, and why, despite its flaws, it deserves way more credit than it gets. Let's start with unit collision. And honestly, this is where Warlord shines the brightest. It's the cleanest, most refined unit collision in the series, with Legends coming in a close second. Remember in Crusader or Stronghold 2, when armies just mashed into one giant blob? That's mostly gone. Sure, cavalry and ninjas still occasionally clump, but overall units now give each other space, making combat feel far more realistic. With units only taking damage when an enemy can actually hit them, which means choke points in Warlords now feel tactical instead of messy, unlike previous entries.
The enemy has broken through our castle walls!
Furthermore, collisions in Warlords feel impactful. Samurai and cavalry charges knock units to the ground, warrior monks flatten troops with devastating spin attacks. It all looks and feels both realistic and brutal.
Pathetic dog! Cowering before the Imperial Army.
And Firefly, if you're listening, please with the move to Unreal Engine for Stronghold Unreal, keep this system. Don't replace it with over-the-top choreographed duels like Total War.
Jesus, he's killing him.
They might look cool at first, but they kill the realism, impact mechanics and strategic depth. Just look at the cavalry charges in Rome Total War compared to Rome Total War 2 Attila. Please Firefly, don't make the same mistake. Now let's talk about the AI. Warlords easily has the smartest AI in the entire series. The AI retreats if it's losing a siege, actually counters your units and adapts to situations on the battlefield.
My ally, we are in position. We will soon attack.
Each AI lord feels like they have personality and strategy, rather than just mindlessly throwing Pacific troops in your direction. This feels especially impressive when compared to Crusader Definitive Edition, where the AI was basically copied and pasted from the original. 9 times out of 10 they just beeline for your lord, or the other 10% of the time just go straight to your granary. That's it. No real counterplay, no tactical thinking. It's still fun, but not a challenge.
Bravo.
Warlords also adds 4 difficulty settings, easy to extreme. That's a game changer for skirmish. In earlier Stronghold games, even the most dangerous opponents like the Wolf or William are too easy in 1v1 fights.
Another has fallen beneath my sword.
In Warlords I finally feel like I'm having an engaging and challenging fight against intelligent opponents, and I don't feel like I have to give the AI massive advantages, either by being outnumbered or by having lower resources. It's challenging in the right way. Third, let's talk siege equipment. This is where Warlords has some of the most fun the series has ever seen. Because of the game's East Asian setting, Gunpowder makes a big entrance, and it's glorious. Mortars and rocket launchers flatten enemy towers and walls, explosive barrels replace pitch, and fire oxen, well, they're devastating when they actually make it to the enemy, even though they're incredibly vulnerable to arrows. Ladders and siege towers also return after their disappearance in Crusader 2. Siege towers can even be manned with archers, like in Legends, essentially turning them into mobile towers on the battlefield. Plus, as mentioned before, Warlords' impact mechanics feel great, with cannons, trebs and catapults blasting units across the map, in ways not seen in RTS games since the glory days of Age of Empires 3. Honestly, it makes me wish Firefly would experiment with later eras. Imagine a Stronghold set in the Napoleonic period. Gunpowder and musket sieges could be epic, like Total War Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai. But I digress.
Our walls crumble under the pounding of their weapons!
Now let's sneak into number 4. Ninjas. Swapping assassins for ninjas wasn't just a cosmetic choice, it made them far more fun to use. They're quick, more responsive and way less buggy than the older assassins. Looking at you in particular, Stronghold Crusader 2.
Oh man, I have no idea what's going on right now.
And unlike assassins, ninjas don't just climb walls, they cartwheel over them, making infiltration actually exciting. They're great at surprise raids, knocking out siege equipment, archers or key buildings like the granary, and the newly added shuriken attack when they charge, such a simple addition that makes them way more versatile, especially against archers and light units. They're one of my personal favourites in the game, and honestly I never want to go back to the slow clunky assassins of earlier Stronghold entries.
Oh, hell no!
Finally, let's talk about heavy infantry. Back in the early Stronghold games, these units often felt, well, kinda pointless. They were slow, expensive, and more often than not got torn apart by crossbows before they even reached the walls. But that started to change with Crusader 2, with the arrival of the Templar Knight and Sergeant at Arms. Heavy infantry finally had serious clout. Then came Warlords, and this is where heavy infantry truly came into their own. Samurai, Imperial warriors, generals, bannermen, these aren't just meat shields anymore. These are elite warriors who can soak up punishment, smash through enemy lines, and finally feel like they're worth the investment.
Victory usually goes to the army, who has better trained officers and men.
And what enhances these heavy units even further? The buff system. First introduced in Crusader 2, it was expanded and given to even more units in Warlords, making heavy infantry deadlier than ever. Generals boost attack, bannermen raise defences, and the addition of the Lancer, a heavy cavalry unit, supercharges cavalry attacks. Put them together and you've got a powerful synergy that makes heavy infantry and cavalry an unstoppable force. And with Warlord's tighter unit cap, every soldier matters, so these synergies count more than ever. Of course, there's still one fatal weakness: fire. Just like in every Stronghold game, once the flames hit, it's game over. But aside from that, Warlords delivers the most lethal, most satisfying heavy infantry the series has ever seen. So, there you have it. 5 features that Warlords absolutely perfects. From its tactical unit collision to challenging AI to some of the most fun sieges and heavy unit designs in the franchise, Warlords deserves far more credit than it gets. Sure, the Warlord system can be frustrating, and castle management never really expands beyond the basics of Stronghold 1, Crusader and Legends, but when it comes to combat, Warlords is one of the most polished Stronghold games ever. Do you agree with my list? Or did I miss one of your favourite Warlords features? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, I'd love to hear them. And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell for more Stronghold content. Thanks for watching.